water. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a channeled message. I decided that I'm gonna start recording. Well, it's not a channeled message, you guys. Today it's a channeled vision. Okay, so I'm not gonna record this one via live. So here we are. This channeled message, the title of this channeled message is the box or the crate, but it's called the magic crate. All right, so I want to give you guys a pictorial representation of exactly what this crate is looks like. Okay, a whole bunch of symbolism in this vision, so I guess you guys can stay with me. The crate is, say for instance, you guys know how a box looks, you guys know how a crate looks, but kind of a cage. The vision basically starts off when so it's basically there is a crate or a box in what it seems to be the middle of nowhere. This could even be in your thoughts, in your mind. Okay, I wasn't getting any conscious or consciousness of the body. I was only getting like an unawakened soul, spirit. Okay, but here it is. It starts as basically a box floating in midair. Okay, and the vision actually starts off pretty fast, but of course when you're able to decode and take a seat back to basically observe what was going on, you get all these symbolisms and answers of that kind. So as soon as you open your eyes, okay, there is a man in a box. It isn't like from a third perspective. It's definitely from a first perspective, or I don't know what is it called, second perspective, where you're basically telling the story, or you're the storyteller of this whole thing or prophecy. Okay, so there is a crate, and the crate is in midair. And as soon as you open your eyes, I guess symbolizing the awakening status. Okay, so here we have a little notes that I've written. Okay, so as soon as you open your eyes, or as soon as you're awakened to something, or as soon as your body has awakened, okay, I guess you want to get a feel of the matrix type of energy. It's almost as if the crate starts to fall rapidly. I think that the symbolism of the fall is actually very symbolic to something. This could be the fall of something. I'm definitely getting like the fall of an empire. Okay, so an era of a fallen empire, or an era of after and fallen empire. Okay, so when the vision starts and you're falling, that kind of represents when we are born into this world on, you know, I'm hearing like segregation, separation, trauma, things of that nature, okay? And these kind of come with us from even our ancestors, our ancestors' ancestors. So it's almost as if you grow up with this trauma that you've never experienced because it is deep rooted within your generational line. Imagine like, say for instance, someone is on a heart machine, the doom, doom, and so say for instance, this is kind of like what would happen if someone was in a coma per se. So say for instance, this person, they're in a box, their mind is trapped in a box, their cosmos DNA is trapped in a box, which is in the very, very, very back of their consciousness, which is not awakened yet because this person is under a coma or buried or not awakened, okay, or a deadhead. All right, so I was definitely getting, as the box or the crate drops, there is a kind of like increase in heart rate, kind of as if when we talked about the death thing, when your heart rate is no longer there but your brain is active. Okay, because when you actually connect your eyes are connected to your brain, actually not your heart. So if you opened your eyes, your brain would be the first thing that connects, right? Now when the box hits the ground, it shatters open. Now this is very, very I guess an important symbolic trait within the vision, because imagine I always like to use the pictorial vision, you know, how when there were cavemen in a cave in slavery, right? And it was almost as if when it was time for them to come out of the cave, they were born into the cave, they didn't know anything other but the cave or the darkness. It was almost as if they were afraid to go out into the sun. And when they did go into the sun, basically it would hurt their eyes and it would cause them headaches, and they just wanted to go back into the cave because it was something that was more comfortable for them. If you guys are getting what I'm saying here, okay? Now, in the midst of this crate falling to the ground, I could actually feel the fall of the crate. Imagine falling from a 100-foot building and jumping to your deaths and landing on your feet. That's the only representation that I can kind of give for you guys. However, the drop represents basically, like I said, being born, being open, okay? A hatching, okay? Or an egg being hatched, okay? So something about the embryo or something about the childlike spirit. So what I'm getting is for this vision, basically a lot of us are awakening to our true childlike spirit. Now, when you are able to connect with your child spirit, or when you are able to connect with your inner child, that is a very, very I want to say that's a good thing to have, because when you're connected to a child, say for instance you have a child, or say for instance you have a younger sister, nephew, little brother, what have you, then you're able to tap into those most creative sides of yourself that you may not be able to tap into because of your adulthood, or because of some sort of perceptions that have been put on you about basically growing up, getting older, changing, death, right? So this vision is basically about, to me, coming to the realization of who you are, being awakened out of a coma, but it's very much more different. It's kind of like a Matrix type of feel, type of like you've been here the whole time, but it's like your consciousness has been unawakened, and it's almost as if as soon as you are awakened and you fall to your death, what it seems like, right? Because you've been in the air all this time, right? You're chilling, you know, it feels comfortable, it feels airy, it feels breezy, it feels good, and all of a sudden you're dropping to your death, right? So what I can imagine is this person's eyes, the visual representation, or the third eye was not yet developed or open, okay? Because when I said consciousness, meaning the conscience, meaning what is in the psyche, what we cannot see, right? And with the eyes you can see, but with the eye you may or may not be able to see. This is what gets you. The floor is concrete, okay, but here's the thing. You fall in on this lab, okay? You're in a laboratory. So, of course, you've never seen your human body, or you've never seen your real true self. So here you are examining yourself, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? So it's like you're in a whole new world you've never been in. But what I'm getting is this is sort of you kind of waking up to your Akashic records, okay? Because like I keep saying, there's a lot of symbolism in this vision. Just because, sorry guys, lab, it's a scientific lab or a spaceship. So you could be representing an alien. This could be a star seed, okay? This is what I wrote down. I wrote down a jar full of stars. I said very noble doctors, farmers, star seeds, activists, and clones, okay? So whatever your DNA may come from, whatever word is representing for you. So during this time, when you're realizing that here you are in this new world, you can eat, you can breathe, you are free to do what you want to do, the awakening of consciousness, or the awakening of manifestation, or the awakening of that magician power within you, okay? Then you're looking around in this spaceship, right? And it's almost as if you've come into a whole new world, and you're thinking, where the hell are the people? So you're looking around the whole spaceship, and as you're continuing to look, you're getting taller, right? So there's a big emphasis on time in this whole dream, vision, seem like both. Okay, in this whole vision, right? So, as you are looking for people, the people who own the spaceship, the people, how the hell did I get here? What'd you do? Did you cut me down? Whatever. So, you grow older, okay? Or you grow, okay? The visual representation of growth, okay? So say for instance, when we think about growth, we think about positive growths, right? We think about happiness, sunshine, things of that nature, right? But in this vision, it was almost as if you were growing, but there was nothing being bestowed on you, right? So to me, this was symbolic of someone trying to find themselves all their lives, or someone kind of having those different crafts and feeling like they missed out on something. So, you know, when you get to those older people And you know, they'll say, well, hey, I should have did this, or maybe, you know, this would have been a better career for me. Or let's stop using even them. Say for instance, you had ice cream just an hour ago and you're like, damn, I should have got pistachio instead of Oreo. It's shit like that. Okay, so then it's like you're growing older as time passes, right? So time passes, you go ahead and you've basically reached the whole capacity of the spaceship, ship, science lab, what have you, right? And you still have not come across any people. Now, at the end of the vision, you realize, okay, the ship was there and built for you, waiting for your body, the reincarnate, the awakening of yourself, of your inner child, of who you truly are, to take ownership of what is truly yours. So you see, when the body was awakened, the body began to fall, or the body began to deteriorate. Okay, so the shedding off of old skins happened very fast because of course, think about trauma. This is someone who's possibly been in trauma, car accidents, anything of that nature, something where it's closed off of your mind or your ability to connect with your inner child, right? So once you've hit the ground, you've had this very traumatic type of birth or opening up to what the world is, who the people are truly around you, then it's like, okay, now you're trying to go around and you're trying to find your soul family, and it's like, no, okay, this was built, this was awakened just for you. You are the break in your generational, okay, curse, that you are the generational wealth that will be ushered in into your family line. Okay, so a lot of you guys will be Aries or fire signs, or magicians, or meant to have like your own business establishment, or be musicians, or anything dealing with music, poetry, writing, things of that nature. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this vision. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next